Materials are good. Broke to 2k. Forgotten Souls. Nice.
Need more time. I'm still waiting. Not ready yet.
Got to sell them items fast. Well, I don't use anything in particular, but some people use macros and stuff, right? But you can press enter. So if you don't need it, if you know that you don't, if you like mouse over the item or selected the item and you don't need it, you can just press enter while salvaging.
I'm still waiting.
You don't really have to like manually press OK or something like that. You can press enter.
Not ready yet.
So if you know that you don't need anything in those columns, right, then you can immediately just press enter, like
Need more
click
time.
enter, click enter, click enter on your keyboard. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Not ready yet.
So if you, as long as you know the item, right, and you know what you want. So if you, yeah, no problem.
Need more time.
But yeah, a lot of people use macros or something in particular. Don't really need it until you're at the super high paragons. Yeah, control is only for the paragons when you're like doing that, and then also for look checking like the. So when you hold control on the items, right, you can see the range, the damage range for non-primals. Yeah, that's the control. As well as when you have paragons, you hold control to pump faster, like by 100 each or something like that. Like I meant whatever, like yeah. And then shift is like half of it, half of that.
Need more time. Do you want more? Not ready yet.
But I know specifically more or less what I want, and then I take a longer time at salvaging. Sometimes it's because I take screenshots of things I appreciate the drops stats of. Yeah. And then I also take a while to play Nephilim Rifts because I play clickables.
I'm still waiting.
Basically chests, regular chests, all those
Vengeance!
like armor racks, weapon racks, as many as I can click. Hey, how are you doing, Queen? Sorry, I have both chats going. 3 primals this season. Yeah, I'm also stalled on primals, by the way. I mean, I have enough. Technically, this is one of them, but this is my solo primal that I've been using for my push attempts. Yeah, so I've already done 0 augments and 0 potion powers all the way to GR 130 last time, right? Over the, I mean, I have uploaded my videos, I just haven't released them, right? I already started working on them at the back end. I pushed all the way with 0 augments, by the way. So 0 augment there, 0 augment, 0 augment, 0 augment, solo primal, 0 augment, 0 augment, 0 augment, non-ancient, non-ancient, 0 augment, non-ancient. This was my GR 124 reward Dawn. My GR124 was the first try as well. So all my attempts were first try except the GR129. Simplicity, trapped, Taeguk. No problem with the ads. I will wait. So for those on the other side, yeah, it's going to be uh, stalled on this screen for a while. Well, Engines, you're back. Simplicity is 130. I only have this character set up, so I've not used my Necro or something like that to rank up the gems. I rank up the gems myself, and I don't have a support built as well. So my Simplicity strength is 130. I haven't even played in groups actually. Yeah, 130, 126, 125. So they're all ranked up like pretty close. I've actually failed a lot of 60% recent attempts to balance them. When I pushed all the way to 127, by the way, my takeout was only ranked 30. So I was behind when I pushed those. If you see on my uh no, you can use Zeiss when you are a higher Paragon and when you're using the All Guild setup. So if you're at like let's say Paragon like 2.2k or something and you want to use All Guilds setup, you can as long as you remember that you're going to be weaker, right? And where you use Zeiss, right? Where you use Zeiss really is that you want to max range on approach. So when you're strafing, right? And let's say you have an elite pack up here. If you use Zeiss instead of what am I doing? If you're using Zeiss instead of let's say either of these, right? Either of these, right? More so the trap because the trap is really like up close unless you're using throw the hunt to give you like a 60% more chance to proc the trap from afar, which is a lot of what people don't do, and they need to do the throw the hunt so that they can play a little bit farther away and use Oculus rings during the GR, like during a GR push. Like this season is gonna showcase a lot about how people use their God DH in terms of Oculus rings especially and your own manual damage. And I'm using Fortress version instead of COE is because my Fortress Ballista dropped in the GR72. When I was doing 66, 69, and then 72, the GR72 dropped me this. Now, this Dawn was a much later one, and in the GR124, like I said, the first try reward, yeah, over time I got loot, and this Dawn is so good that if like now that I finished the GR130 with zero augments, and by the way, I did all my push attempts with zero potion powers. I only recently, just earlier last night, got my full altar except the primals, except the last potion unlocked. So I actually pushed all the way to GR130 step by step. If you look at my title, right? My title is super, super long, but you can see my title. It says 110, 113. Like, I step it up gradually, right? But, like, the majority of the title can only fill out so much. So, if you see whatever is missing, that's, like, way behind already. That almost doesn't matter because people easily do a 110. But anyway, I pushed 110, 113, 116, 118, 120, 122, 124, 125, 126, 127, 128, 129, and 130, right? All throughout, zero augments, zero potion powers. I was like about halfway. I was like about halfway through my altar at the Hellfire Amulet when I got my 130 done, and I did 0 potion powers up until 127, and then I was like, well, why don't I just round out 0 potion powers even to 130? So like I have manual damage. Yeah. And all you need to do really when you play this, there's two ways to play this, right? One is you use Fortress Ballista in the cube instead of the COE. The convention don't use the convention elements unless you need it because you're waiting too long for each cold cycle. So the best time to use COE really is to make sure that you understand COE cycle is meant for the Rift Guardian fight for the most part. Yeah, so if you don't like COE, you don't have to. And then the other one is that the guides normally tell you to use the 9th series satchel first. You don't actually want to do that because you're gonna see that your 9th series satchel is not at its maximum or like let's say 590% plus. If your 9th series satchel is not 590% plus, you stall the multiplier damage, you're going to be missing damage. You're going to be missing cooldown as well, for example, because 9th series satchel is very difficult to roll, right? So for example, this one is my most recent best 9th series satchel I looted. Not this season. This season, this season is very hard to use Valas. You can, but this season is very difficult to use Valas because you're super weak. Okay, so if you do use Valas, then you want life per hit on it on the Valas. So like because Vala's bequest has an extra stat line, right? So you want to make sure that you have life per hit on the Valas. And if you don't have life per hit on the Valas, then your bracers need to have life per hit. But since Guardians, you want the doubling on the vitality, right? So then it's, unless you're already above 1 mil HP with Guardians setup, then you can go life per hit instead of vitality. So why does the life per hit help? Well, it's arrows, right? Arrows are life per hit. So imagine if you're playing like the UE build, like or even Marauder multi-shot, right? You have life per hit, which helps UE build. So the same thing goes for Hungering Arrows, is that you actually gain life per hit. And how you can maximize life per hit in terms of while using Valas for pushing is that you can use more semi-dangerous Oculus rings. So you can strafe around more Oculus rings. Yeah. So I mean, after this rift, I can show you like just like a GR 120 or something, or even 124, basically. I can show it. I'm not gonna do like a 130. I don't want to like override my time or anything, and I'm not pushing more so. But I'll show a GR 130. 124. I mean, I can show 130, but it'll take forever.
Not ready yet.
But let me full clear my usual one first. Oh, you're gonna head out? Okay, no problem, no problem. I mean, uh, my highlights are not out yet, but there are some VODs that you can see perhaps.
Not ready yet.
So,
Vengeance!
uh, most likely. I mean, it depends on how long I stay, but I like whenever I'm on and I'm doing some gem ups, I will be doing GRs very soon. Because I need to rank up my gem of ease so that I can start leveling a different class. I'm gonna go for the
Do
wizard.
you want more?
So yeah. All right. Yep. Yep. You can always check the leaderboard as well. I'm on EU though, but basically you can check on the leaderboard and just check my hero details. Yeah. Identless currently like dropped to rank 65. God DH is like dropped to rank 47. I think I was like rank 39 when I did the 130. But I mean, again, I'm zero augments, so I won't be able to go past too much higher with zero augments. But I'm saving augments for my wizard, I think, because I've done GR 150 last season at 2.6k Paragon without fishing. But yeah, have a good one.
I am returning to town. I'm still waiting.
But I think I am going to go back to the GRs pretty much anyway. Just not 120 something, because I am going to want to rank up my gems a little faster. At the same time, I do want to get my EXP though. So I will be doing like 115 maybe? 114, 115.
I am returning to town.
Yeah, so back to the Zai, like if you're still here, right? The going back to the Zai's thing is that you want to spike damage on approach with Augil's version, right? Because when you use Zai's instead of like basically instead of one of these, right? Usually this, the trapped again, like I said, is that you want to spike damage on the elite packs that the God DH struggles on elites eventually, right? Especially on yellow elite packs. So you don't want to get stalled by yellow elite packs. But when you play Zai's, you want to spike damage on approach because as you get closer and closer to an elite pack, right? From 50 yards onwards, you're going to reduce the Zai's benefit in the legendary gem text, right? So from 50 yards, you're strafing towards the elite pack. So you want to spike damage from afar on approach. Yeah. And the best way to spike damage on approach is actually, in fact, to use weapons like the crossbows. So, like, if you get, well, not this bow, but like the Bariza weapon. Bariza weapon is like a two-handed crossbow that you can use, with Augil's setup, where crossbows you also get to use the passive uh yeah um archery, right? Crossbows get 50% credit damage on there. So you, instead of numbing traps, you use archery, right? Or even like double up with steady aim, basically. So you can go all glass, quote unquote, glass cannon style if you're playing with Zayas. So let me clear out and then, you know, I can do a little bit higher stuff if I want, but it'll take a little bit more time. But if people want to see like how you can actually do like reasonable GRs in this setup, I can. I'll just gamble orbs though first
Don't forget,
for my wizard.
always changes.
Wow, today is just not giving me any Tau Russia. Last night it gave 3 pieces.
You look like you could use it. Well, it's a good paperweight. What? I didn't even know I had that thing.
Let me swap over to the GRs section now. That way people can actually enjoy some GRs instead of key farming. And this is also good to show the fortress way because I got this fortress in my solo 72. Well, I chose 72 because I did 66, 69, and then 72. Yeah. I'll just show like a random 118 for now, you know. If people need to get some greater rifts, right? Okay, so you got a yellow elite. Just be careful that you may not be able to clear a yellow elite pack. So you might need to skip this particular one, right? But if you use enough Oculus rings or get enough Oculus rings, you can clear the elite yellow elite very easily. So use as many Oculus rings as you can while you do these, so that you gain maximum damage.
I'm still waiting. Darkness awaits you! Need more time.
So in GRs like this, you want to fight as many blue elite packs as you can. Ah, I didn't get my pylon. That's weird. Did I hit 32% a little too late, maybe? So Oculus Ring. Like, one of the elites was too far away. So I couldn't kill the last one with the first Oculus Ring.
I'm still waiting.
Normally, if they're all together, you would be able to kill an elite before an Oculus Ring ends. Here should be the pylon, though. Because, okay, power makes it looks too easy, though. Oh, spinners, though? Just be careful on spinners. I mean, they should probably have gotten taken out by the power pylon. Just about. Okay, careful of the explosion. Make sure I grab the orbs. So this is 0 augments anyways. So like, you have a lot of damage. I mean, this is with power pylon. But like, generally, you have enough damage. I don't even know which direction I want to go. Let's try this way. Well, you have a lot of damage up until like 124, I would say. That's when it starts to change. Not gonna fight this one. Alright, where am I gonna go? Okay, it's not there, then it's up there, right? Up here, I meant. Yeah, so I mean, it's gonna be slow this season. When you go higher than 116, basically on when you think about speeds, like actual speeds, anything beyond 116 is gonna take a while. Can I click? Now, unless you get power and shield as your first 2 pylons, then you can get probably like a 2-minute rift, like guaranteed, 2.5 on a slightly higher GR. But generally expect like 4-minute rifts, 3 to 4-minute rifts, depending on how high you want to go. So if you're fully augmented, you should be faster than what I'm doing, because I'm 0 augment still. There you go. It was like a 4-minute rift, and I got a Petra Scream. Yay! That's what I want to see. I'm working on Gem of Ease to make things a little easier to level up, but I think I will also work on Zeiss as well soon.
Your trial is complete.
I have more control now.
Yeah, 4-minute rifts, right? Yep. I couldn't see in the chat box of something I was looking at. Strength, really? $546. Wow, so close. I mean, it's still only like a dual factor, but it's so close. Can't use it though. So 4-minute rifts, it's okay. I'm not obsessed with like the 2-minute thing. So as long as you're not dying and so on, that's all I care about. Yeah, so that was a GR118. And if you know, even show a GR120 if you want, but I don't really have to do those. I'm gonna go back down to 115.
I'm still waiting.
Don't really want to fight a yellow elite pack though. Basically, to speed up your rifts, you can pick and choose your elite packs. So if you pick too many yellow elites, you're gonna be in trouble. Unless you have enough Oculus rings to play them.
I'm still waiting. I have no control now. Not ready yet. Darkness awaits you! Need more time.
Shield it up. Alright.
Not ready yet.
See the shield from afar. Even go grab it first. And then fight this.
I'm still waiting.
This is a Juggernaut, but I may be able to kill it fast enough. Maybe. Okay. Didn't really enjoy that, but... I guess I can clear this one as well. Oculus Ring. Bye-bye.
I'm still waiting. Bleed, you filth! Not ready yet. Need more time. I'm still waiting. You won't survive that!
Shield is... still be okay. This is another Juggernaut. But I got power here, so I can clear both of them.
My training has paid off.
Like that. They both
Need more time.
got taken out.
Feel my wrath!
Up.
I'm still waiting.
I got a power pylon still, right? So I can clear everything here.
I may be able to help you. What do you need?
Alright, let's work on the Zeiss. Kinda wouldn't work both the Gem of Ease and the Zeiss in tandem.
Your valor is unsurpassed.
I could get accustomed to that.
Yeah. So expect 3 to 4 minute rifts if you're doing like dual augments. Yeah, this is the Bariza I was talking about. If you want to use Zeiss and Auguils, you can use Bariza weapon to spike damage. Now, this is not an ancient one, but when you get an ancient one that's usable, crossbow is really good with the archery passive. Yeah, I'm just gonna randomly do some GRs. That way I can gain like both paragons and gem ups. And just fun using Oculus rings, right? Wow, 9% conduit. Ouch. This Lacuni huntresses were painful. Yeah, and it's Soul Lasher monster type. Soul Lashers are painful. So if you're pushing God DH or something, your Soul Lashers is like really painful. So you want to fight only like about maybe 8 of them at a time. I mean, it's quite hard to avoid fighting too many, right? But you want to try to limit yourself to like 8 at a time. Okay, Conduit is already ended. This is a really bad monster type. Comedy comp, basically, it's called. Okay, Oculus Ring. Alright. So this is just a random 117. So like, power pylon easy. Uh-oh. Spinners. Teleporting spinners. The 6%. There we go. Alright, Rift Guardian. Power pylon still here. Fun. Oh yeah, I forgot to spend some blood shards, huh? Yep. I'm greedy, so I will clear out and gamble. And I got another Petra Scream. Nice. See, I like I like these random. Why did I do that? I like these random rifts that I chose because then I can get my Petra Screams as well if the faster one isn't going to give me anything at all. So I'm basically like multitasking everything. When the RNG is here, I'm multitasking everything. Whether it's ranking up the gems, whether it's getting like marginal EXP gain per keystone, and so on. I'm getting everything I want. Wow, where are the Taurasha at? Surprised, like, after the 3 Tau orbs, I'm just not getting anything. Very interesting. Finally, another piece. And then it's ancient, but I'm still keeping that for now.
Fortune favors the bull. What a steal. That will look nice on you.
Another ancient firebird's eye.
Let's see the gem. I am returning to town.
Well done, champion.
Well done.
That was under 3 minutes. That was a random 117. Just gonna randomly pick the GRs between the 114 through 118.
I'm still waiting.
How difficult is this? This is Juggernaut. Okay. I don't need to fight Juggernauts. Speed Pylon. Let me just go over here and check. Really? It's just all like... This one's not difficult, I guess. I guess I'll just play over here. I think all the elites are like around here already. I'll just clear those.
Not ready yet. Need more time. Do you want more?
Where are the blue elites at?
Not ready yet. I'm still waiting. Need more time.
Really? They just keep popping up. Those... Well,
I'm still waiting. Not ready yet. Darkness awaits you. Need more time. Not ready yet. Darkness awaits you. I'm still waiting.
oops. One of them got me. On the edge of their explosion.
Not ready yet.
Ah, power pylon. This is the open layout. So let's check. No elites here. Go back to this one.
Need more time.
There's the elites. Ah. Would have seen something here probably just now, but it's okay. Did I just get another one? I heard a ping, right? No, that was just other drops. Thought I heard the Petrite Scream ping.
I need to go back.
Your valor is unsurpassed.
Well done.
319. Yeah, so 3 to 4 minutes rifts basically. 0 augments. So if you have augments, it's gonna be like 3 minutes. Like guaranteed. If you play it, if you play enough Oculus rings, you'll get your 3 minutes easily. And if you have more paragons than I do, then even more damage. Ooh. Okay, an Oryx.
I'm still waiting.
But the way that I play though is at a distance too, so you know, like you kind of think I'm using size, but I'm not. And I can. It's just I would rather not because I don't have enough paragons to use it. It'll be nice with paragons as well if you use Zeiss in the distance that I play.
Feel my
But it's
wrath.
mostly Oculus rings
Need more time.
that I'm playing. Kind of want to check over here.
I'm still waiting. That was just
Wow,
a taste.
I didn't even see the charge. That was dangerous. Hmm. Very interesting layout. I'm gonna come back.
I'm still waiting. Do you want more? Not ready yet.
Okay, finally a better placement.
Need more time.
This ring. Bye.
Bleed, you filth.
Where are my pylons?
Not ready
I
yet.
think I like kind of ate them. Handling. Yep.
I'm still waiting.
Or extremes that have no value whatsoever.
Need more time. Sweet revenge.
Shield. Finally.
I'm still waiting. Need more time.
Down. Guess I can clear this. Then a double elite.
Not ready yet.
This is like kinda almost one floor.
Your fear betrays you. I'm still waiting.
The rift
Yeah,
burns.
just.
Need more time.
I may be able to help you.
I am returning to town.
Excellent.
Power I'll satisfy you.
Not ancient.
You look like you could use
More
a
orbs, please. I need more Tower Russia orbs.
Luck always changes. You look like you could use a do come back again. What? I didn't even know I had that thing.
Another ancient fire.
Fortune favors. See you soon. Don't forget,
Wow.
luck always
Nothing.
changes.
Alright. Let's just do a random 119. Alright.
Not ready yet.
Okay, this is probably like half good density on this Desolate Sands that normally doesn't have enough density.
Need more time.
Why are you sniping my Oculus Ring?
Not ready yet.
So ridiculous.
I'm still waiting. Not ready yet.
Oculus Ring. Bye-bye. Let's check this way.
More time. Do you want more?
So if you choose to play this floor, you can just play the clockwise. If you choose not to play this way, then you play anti-clockwise to get to the exit faster.
Need more time.
Arch.
Ready yet.
Getting the power pylon makes this super easy.
I'm still waiting. Need more time. Do you want more? Not ready yet.
Okay.
I'm still waiting.
Bats. Okay.
Not ready yet.
Very interesting. Might have to go back this way and check. Yep.
Need more time.
Because the pylon should have spawned on that exit pylon spot earlier, but it didn't. So it must have thrown up over here when I was strafing over here this way.
Waiting.
Just so you know. Because normally there's an exit
Need more
pylon.
time.
Like the pylon that when I went through here just now, there should have been a pylon there. But since I didn't see one, then it must have spawned like a little before.
Not ready yet. I'm still
Shield to end. This ring. These two are gonna drop. If they just
The Rift Guardian is here.
I'm still waiting.
easy enough.
I need more time.
You have triumphed.
It's a random 119. One floor Desolate Sands. One floor Desolate Sands. I didn't even need a second floor. So like, sometimes you can get that, you know.
I am returning to town.
Impressive.
Well done.
Interesting. Not bad. I'll hold that one. Right? It's not bad. Could be better.